The concurrency control module focuses on the challenge of having many developers working concurrently on the same objects. This problem is solved by GNexus when developers share the same KB. GNexus itself controls user concurrency by not allowing two developers to work on the same object. This scheme is suitable to a scenario with low concurrency and low amount of object. But as concurrency grows, the simultaneous and more intense work of developers derives into locking and performance problems. The activity of one developer disturbs the work of the rest. When we look for a solution, a starting point is to have each developer work on his or her own KB, and that they all promote the changes to a consolidated KB. But having many KBs introduces a challenge in administration. How do we manage to control or avoid conflicts among developers working on the same product or KB? To answer this question, GxTend offers three schemes. One scheme might fit better than the rest according to the phase of the project and its characteristics. For instance, a very simple criteria for selecting the scheme is represented by the arrow in the figure. The arrow represents the degree of stress undergone by the development process. There are many other considerations to select a concurrency scheme, like the organization's culture. But in this introductory presentation, we will move on considering only the stress of the project. In the blocking checkout scheme, a developer checks out an entity, and right after that no one else can check it out until it is checked in again. As a result, only one developer can work simultaneously on a given entity. Maximum concurrency is limited to one user per entity. In the non-blocking checkout scheme, many developers can perform the checkout, but only the first check-in is valid. For the rest of the developers who arrived late for the check-in, GxTend provides a tool to merge the pending changes. This scheme minimizes locking time and hence it increases concurrency. In any of the former schemes, GxTend's web interface lets the user update the consolidated or local KB in a single and simple operation. The third scheme is called monitoring and mail alarm scheme. In this case, developers periodically copy the consolidated KBs, if permitted, into their own private KB. GxTend then monitors the content of every KB, sending emails when two or more developers have modified the same entity simultaneously. It also notifies the project leader. Besides email notification, it is also possible to check for conflicts anytime through the web interface.